Well, we're back again, this time for chapter 13, and wait a minute. What is this? Ears? Well, years ago I used to tell my kids, I didn't get a haircut, I just inflated my head, and that's why my ears stick out. Oh well. Never mind, I know you would like everything to just be the same, but that's one change I guess we can't control. Anyway, let's get back to the story. The last time we left off, Don had felt like he fell back into this glass, this window pane that's at the back of his hut, wondering what's going to happen next. Let's find out. Chapter 13. As if rising from the depths of a pond, light, shadow, and a solid object slowly materialized as Don rose to meet them. A sense of having a body returned. Then the shapes became clearer and finally real as he stepped into a small adobe hut about the size of an outhouse. Bright mid-afternoon sun thrust sharply honed slabs of light through two small windows high on either side and a doorway in front of him. The windows had no glass, and the doorway was without a door. A breeze carrying the Christmas or early fall passed through. In fact, the breeze was a little too cool. Don realized suddenly that he was naked. Son of a bitch! What happened to my clothes? Like a 12-year-old boy who fears his phallic development lags behind his peers, he deftly covered his crotch, rising on tiptoes to peek out a window. A dead cottonwood tree crowded the east wall of the hut. He saw a wide plain, and beyond, about a mile away, a low ridge of trees, their dark green leaves starting to turn golden. Further away were gray-blue mountains, massive beyond imagination, blending into the eastern sky. Keeping his bare butt back as far as possible, he leaned into the doorway and saw more of the plain. However, only a few steps from the door was a deep arroyo. Beyond that, to the west, were high sandstone cliffs topped with a thick layer of ancient blue-black lava. Along the mesa he noticed scrub brush, mesquite, and to the south, a tall, slender tower, the color of adobe. Where the shit am I? What kind of dream or delusion is this? I must have smacked into the wall behind the bed and now I'm hallucinating. That or one hell a case of delirium tremens. Ugh, I need a beer. Oh, no. This is all quite real, the sibilant voice said, cutting right through the shadowed air of the hut. Don whirled in the direction of the voice. The north end of the outhouse was nothing but thick shadow, but there was a hint of a tall man's shape in the right corner of the back wall. Don instinctively grabbed his butt, realizing he had stuck it toward the tall man. Okay, so now you know where I am, the sibilant voice chuckled dryly. And by the way, you'll find clothes in the corner, to your left, behind you. One thing left out of the story of Teresa, Pia, and Pita was that when you pass through the portal, nothing but your own natural body makes the transition unless you're blessed with fur, such as I am. The shape moved. But are you ready to see me as I am in this world? What the hell are you talking about? Wait a minute. You're the voice I heard back there, John blurted, pointing to the back of the outhouse. Back where? The shadow asked with amusement. Don looked yet again in the half-light and saw an unplastered wall of adobe through a single full-length pane of glass. Holy shit! It's just like the other door. Well, no, it's the same door. This was getting too confusing. Hey, this is my house, isn't it? What the hell did you do to it while I was unconscious? Why is it so small? He turned around to see the still, indistinguishable shadow. I mean, what the hell is this? You play some game talking to me in the dark, for Christ's sake. Knock me on my ass. Rip everything out of the house, including walls, doors, windows, my clothes. Talk about some other world, the same mumbo-jumbo when you told me that trumped-up story about this Teresa woman, whoever the hell she is. Another dry chuckle. Oh, sorry, Don. It's not going to be as simple as a trumped-up story. Perhaps you wish it could be so you could feel sorry for yourself and drink yourself into numbness. Feeling sorry for myself, Don shouted. You bastard. You don't know jack about me. Here it is in a nutshell. He didn't wait for an answer. Since my mother abandoned me by conveniently dying in childbirth, it was up to my father to raise me. Skipping the details, the son of a bitch taught me 3 things. With his fingers he counted off. First, he taught me to keep my damn mouth shut and don't complain, because he could have left me in an orphanage or with one of my candy-ass relatives. Second, he taught me how to drink, for which I am truly grateful. An ugly sneer crossed his face. Third, he showed me how to treat women properly when he shacked up with those whores he made me call Mom. But hey, I can't blame him or you for the fact that I married a woman like all those moms, and now I'm on my way to being just like him. At least he's still around to blame for how screwed up I am. At that point, Don lost all his righteous anger, folded up onto the floor, whimpering and clutching his knees. The shadowed figure stepped into the slab of light coming through the door. After a few moments, Don relaxed his tightly squeezed eyes, opening them just enough to see 2 feet in the dust in front of him. But they weren't just feet. Although the general shape of a man's foot, they were covered in a fine short fur the color of dark chocolate, with each toe ending in an oversized claw that curved into the dirt. His eyes traveled to the ankles and continued slowly upward onto long, slender legs covered in the same dark brown fur. Then he saw a body too slim to be real, partly covered in a furry cape that ran down to his legs. Finally, a face with a slightly human face, but he blinked and looked again, with the unmistakable features of a bat nearly 6 feet tall. Well, see you next time for Chapter 14, just moments later. Bye.